This is the presentation about what I learned in the embedded system internship. It is conducted by the Emirates. So this presentation about the Car Black Box, how the Car Black Box is works, and I done the project in the Car Black Box. So we are the team members, myself, Jivraj, and Muthu Shanmugam and Swati. So that what are the topics I learned in this internship for what is an embedded systems and microcontroller, and how can we work on MP lab and Pixim lab. And I know the basics of the C language, but in embedded C I learned I learned by this internship, and how the CLCD works and RTC and potentiometers. So okay, so first thing, embedded system. So what is an embedded system? Embedded systems are we are using day-to-day life. So in our home we are using a washing machines. So in the washing machines the embedded system is there, and air conditioner there is an embedded system. So everything, almost every home appliances are the embedded systems. So and then nowadays they are using in cars also embedded systems. So after the BS6 course, they are compulsory mandatory. They are maintained the car black box, that is an embedded systems ECU in uh, car technic. The in car term technical, they are called the ECU systems. So in this ECU system, they they collect the all data and everything and stored in this. This is an embedded system. So it's in simple ways. It schedule, we can make in a schedule, and within the schedule the process will be completed. So that is an embedded system. So next thing, components required to do this process in this. So though the online way, so we are using the simulators to do this project. So if the real time the hardware is if the in real time we are used to microcontroller memories and circuit related to components related to the microcontrollers, and about these projects are we are required. So I specify the some components required to do this project in hardware. So memory, so EEPROM is there in a microcontroller, storage flashes. So if the memory is not enough in this microcontroller, we want to use the flash, like SD card. So storage like that, we want to use that. So keypad, LCD switches, potentiometer, EEPROMs are inbuilt in the microcontroller. So and RTC, real-time controller. So these are the components we are required to in real-time systems. So there is a number of type of systems, embedded systems. So first thing, standalone systems and real-time systems, network, mobile, and hybrid. So we are in real-time systems. The core block belongs to the real-time system. Okay, car black box. So it's nothing but we are after the BS6 course, the every car having a car black box is nothing but ECU. Or in previous I say there is ECU. So ECU controls the engine, RPM, and actuators, sensors, ACs, even the music systems also controlled by the ECU systems nowadays. So everything, gear shift, if the RPM is high, the ECU suggests to shift the gear up. So if the RPM is lower, so ECU suggests to shift down. So everything is controlled by ECU. So anti-braking system, first thing, anti-braking system. So ABS, so anti-braking system is nothing but it sends the speed of the each wheel, and according to that speed the brake will be applied. If you apply the while you applying the brake, the ABS will work, and the gear. So in BS6 vehicles, they have a gear shift indicator. If you didn't shift the gear, the RPM is goes rise. The ECU tells to shift the gear. So there the ECU is used, and the RPM and oil sensors and temperature, AC, gas level, and fan, AC fan, everything is controlled by this ECUs. And airbag system, very important, the airbag system. So in our project we are using the interrupt and also collision, the 2 points. So while the collision is occurs, the interrupt will act, and if any process is there, stop first, the airbag will open within the time. So there is very less time to open the airbag. So it is the so much of faster, so much fast while opening the airbag. So these are be controlled by the ECU. And mileages, if you filling the petrol in our car, So according to the petrol, they will say 100 kilometer it can goes with this petrol. So it also sensed by this ECU. So next thing, liquid crystal display, that is character liquid crystal display. So it is nothing but it has two glass pieces inside this two glass piece. Between these two glass pieces, there has a liquid that will, if you pass the current in the liquid, it will stop the all light reflect back from the CLCD LCD. Okay, so if the current is burst, the screen will be black. Okay, if the current is not burst, the screen will be white. The reflector are placed under this LCD, or LED black light are used in this LCDs. LED black light is most in LED. So okay, and then ASCII character is used to display, and if the D0 to D7 is used, it's an 8-bit mode, and D4 to D7 is used, it's a 4-bit mode. It is a total 16 pin, and third pin is we can control the character, the contrast using these potentiometers. So next thing, tactile switch. So there is a two type of pull up and pull down. So first thing, tactile switch. What is tactile switch? It's a simple way. We are using the normal switch. It's a tactile switch. So in this case, how the switches work? If you press, the circuit will be closed. If it is released, the circuit will be open. So there is a two type pull up and pull down. So pull up and pull down is nothing but the resistor is connected to the VD, and the switch is connected to the ground. It is in a pull up resistor. So while you press this pull up concept, while you press the switch in this pull up concept, so the zero will pass to the microcontroller. So pull down is nothing but the resistor will the resistance will connected to the ground, and the switch is connected to the VDD. So while pressing short circuiting the this switch, so the 5 volt or 1 will be sent to the microcontroller. So this is an tactile switch. Next, ISR, interrupt service routing. So I said previous, the airbag is very important, and it is a collision is very important. So while the collision is occurred, the interrupt will call, and the interrupt have a higher priority, so it will run first. Okay, so for example, if the process is running, or while loop is running, if I press the button, or the signal from the sensors, crash sensor, and the while loop is stopped, and the control goes to the interrupt. The interrupt will complete first. After the interrupt completed, the control will come to the while loop. The process will be run. So this is an interrupt. Interrupt has a higher priority. So in PIC 16877A as an 15 interrupts. So it is an very important in this car black box and airbag systems. So potentiometer is nothing but it is a variable resistors. We can vary the if you rotate the knob, the resistance will be varying. So using these potentiometers, we can adjust the voltage. So here we are using to control the speed. And next thing, we want to see the how the project is implemented. Okay, this is an epic symbol. We have an CLC and microcontroller PIC, and this is an tactile switch, and this is a potentiometer, and this is an RTC is used for timer. So first thing, it displays the time. So now current time is displays, and the event and speed. So event is an on state, so we want to switch it to gear neutral, and now the gear neutral, and according to gear 1 2 3 4, so reverse. So gear 1 according to, so we shift down to the we shift down the gear. So now in gear 4, we shift down to gear 3 and gear 2 and gear 1, and comes to the gear neutral. Okay, so next thing, we can control the speed. So using this potentiometer, we can control speed. So up to 99 we can go. So we can use this potentiometer control the speed. So in the actual in real time place, we replace the sensor speed sensors, and we can see the speed in this dashboard. And this use this tactile switch is replaced by the some sensor, or you can use the switch in real time systems, and can measure the gear shifts, and RPM sensor is used to sense if they want to, if the rpm levels goes high, we want to gear shift. So in real time now we are using the buttons to shift the gears. So next, the collision. So when the accident or something's happen, the collision is occurs. So we save the event, gear event and the collision event in this log, so we can see the log. So if we want to go inside the log or memory in the ECU systems, now it is in a car black box. So we want to see the, so now you can see the timeout section. So when the timeout 5 seconds, it got timeout. So in enter password, if the 5 second occurs, the timeout is there. So we want to enter the password. So now the password is correct and it goes. So we want to weave the log. Just pressing this. This is an first event, and then next. So according to the event, total 9 events are saved. So 9 event is there. So next thing, we can see the clear event, and we can see what happened to this. So again we want to enter the password. So after entering password, we want to clear log. So when I press the clear log, logs clear successfully. After a few seconds, I think 3 seconds, it goes back to the real position. If we see the view log, there is no logs. So all logs are cleared, so there is no logs. So next thing, we want to change the password. So we try to change the password. First we want to enter the existing password. So after entering password, we want to clear log. So when I press the clear log, logs clear successfully. After a few seconds, I think 3 seconds, it goes back to the real position. If we see the view log, there is no logs. So all logs are cleared, so there is no logs. So next thing, we want to change the password. So we try to change the password. First we want to enter the existing password. So existing password is entered, and we change the password, change password click. So the new password is 444, and I re-enter the password. If the new password is wrong and they said the wrong, so now both the password is correct, so they said the password changed successfully, and it comes back to the view log screen. So if I enter the wrong password, it says the password is wrong, so we can check it. So change password. So I entered 2222 and I re-entered 2444. The password change is failed because both the password is mismatched. So they said password is failed. So we have an 3 attempt to enter the we can 3 attempt to the password. So we can see that in detail. So if I entering the wrong password, so the left 2 attempt is left, so they're showing the 2 attempt. So again I entering the wrong password, then 1 attempt is left. If I again I write this wrong password, it goes to the 1 minute. So after the 1 minute, the screen go back to the password. After the 1 minute I can enter the password. The password section is blocked. So that is I learned during this internship. So I implement in this big simple app. Thank you.